Oh my goodness, you guys showed up. How's it going? Let me just make a fix to a thing here. Oh god, that's not a fix. Alright, maybe that's a fix. Oh, the color blade. Known unknown. Pilgrim. And Tarragon. Damn, right off the bat too. You guys... Oh god. Don't tell me I'm the only stream you watch. Welcome back, guys. How's it going? It is Friday. Watching two streams. There you go, Pilgrim. That's how you maximize viewer oh my goodness, my monitor just went down. Give me a second. Tech problems on a Friday of all times. Can you believe it? Two streams. That's how you maximize viewership numbers for your multiple favorite streamers, for sure. No, I'm not judging. You fall asleep, that's still views for their channel. You're just being a supportive friend. Yeah, Twitch is crazy these days. I was going through plugins. I'm like, okay, we got Better TV, we got 7 TV, we got all of these additional adjustments to add to things. And just imagine once you get to affiliate, things get even crazier too. But yeah, let's say we start off the day with a request to prove that this game is a real thing. What do we want to write here? I actually had a conversation this morning with a friend regarding my Asian upbringing and why so many Asians seem to grow up with serious relationship issues with their parents. Yeah, no, it's crazy easy to reach affiliate. It's just, yeah. After a certain point, you realize you're like 8 days, 8 days in a month, 72 hours, 70 consistent chatters. I mean, after a certain point, it gets to be a lot of work. Honestly, I just want the fun sort of stream features you get with those sort of partner programs. I could care less about getting paid, in all honesty. I have a day job, so I'm not like relying on this, but you know, it'd be nice to have like Gambas up there and stream points and see what people do with those. Lots of fun things. But let's see. How do we want to start this? I want to say... It took a long time for me to realize this. But I guess not many American kids got hit growing by their parents as they grew up. Not grew up, but grew up. Yeah, the emotes, like the animated emotes and like all that stuff. It seems like a lot of fun, especially for like audience building and audience participation. It's just one of those things, you know, they can't give those out. Well, you know, they could give those out of the gate, but I mean, how would you motivate a streamer to do more otherwise, right? When I would tell my friends about my upbringing, they seemed rather shocked. Is it really that uncommon, especially with grades? Shoutouts to Asian upbringings and the serious discipline that comes with. But yeah, Throwing this out into the universe, not because I'm concerned about this or particularly bothered by it at this point in my life. I'm way too old for that. But, you know, it's a thing that I once thought about a long time ago, and it would be interesting to see how people respond. Not a joke. My grandparents would beat me up all the... Dude, really? Your grandparents? I always thought that by the time they, you know, people reach senior citizenship, they kind of like mellowed out and like actually spoiled their grandchildren more than their parents did. You know, unless you deserved it, of course, which, you know, I can't really judge, but I made you a mod, so I can't imagine you were the worst. Okay, I can't read Spanish. Let's see. I like a friend of mine. She and I are in the same high school, a class, and I am among her best friends. But she rarely seems to talk to me in class. I don't know why. Oh my god, no. No, don't say that. God damn it. You're like, my mom is physically incapable of of disciplining me, so it was up to my grandparents. Oh no, I get that. I had troublemaker cousins too. They always like professional wrestling. I don't understand what it is about troublemakers. All right. So, why did this person have to preface their statement with, I like a friend of mine? Could that be why she doesn't seem to talk to him? But only in class, so that's a little weird. I'm not exactly sure there's even a problem behind this. But let's give it a shot. No judgment against people who like professional wrestling. I'm just saying. I feel like in my history of life, people who were really into professional wrestling caused a bit of trouble. Yeah, Pilgrim, this is kind of like not weird behavior, right? Unless... H. Let's see. You sure you're not being too self-conscious about this? Especially because you like her. It would be one thing if she wasn't talking to anybody during class. But if she's got friends she's talking to, don't feel threatened that she wants to spread her time around. Especially if she is still hanging out with you during other times. To be frank, it caused me to get my neck broken due to my older cousins doing Yeah, off a bed, onto a table. I know all about that. Cousin liked to do sharpshooters on me, which, to be honest, I didn't feel anything. I didn't know how that was supposed to hurt, and that's when I learned that professional wrestling's kind of bullshit. Not gonna fly. Ugh. Man. I was like, why do they always stomp when they punch each other? That's really weird. It seems like a whole lot of extra work. Let's see. I don't know why. It sounds like he might just be a little jealous. And in which case... I have an impulse to call him out on it, but don't feel threatened that she wants to spread her time around. That said, exposed to the business. That said, if you feel a bit of jealousy, might as well make it justified and try to ask her out. No, that's bad. That's bad. No. Jealousy bad. Especially if she's still hanging out with you during other times. You plan to make a move on her. Just... Is making a move on someone... Does that have a bad connotation? I almost feel like that's a bit of an edgy phrasing these days. If you plan to ask her out one day... Gotta correct this this upbringing of toxic masculinity. That's what this is. It's not fit for the 2020s. You gotta be careful how you phrase these things now. If you plan to ask her out one day, try to temper the insecurity, since that'll cause more trouble than you realize. I think that's fine. Yeah, it doesn't specify gender. It's just kind of like, I don't know, sort of implies some kind of weird make a move on them, like I don't know, like you're doing something to someone instead of, you know, consentingly agree to do. I don't know. It's weird. Honestly, I don't really know. I don't really know how to I don't understand the bro speak. No, we're all on Twitch. We all have little experience in relationships. Just kidding, just kidding. But yeah. You know, really, all we're doing here, and the thing about relationships is that you treat them like any other human relationship, right? The principles are kind of the same. You know, don't be disrespectful. Don't be obsessive. You know, treat people like human beings, and especially in relationships, those rules shouldn't change. Let's see. I'm under so much stress right now, feel like I'm going to have freakouts like I did in elementary school and middle school. I want the attention so bad, I'll even go to the extent of being labeled an attention whore. It's kind of true for the... Oh man, this person... I feel like relationships have too much nuance for me to give suitable advice. I mean, you don't have to be in a relationship to really identify, you know, toxic tendencies, bad behavior, rudeness. I mean, these are all things we can kind of home in on naturally as decent humans in society, right? So, I mean, we don't... Oh, oops. We don't have to tell anyone how to be good at dating or how to be good at relationships. We just have to tell them, you know, don't be an asshole. Or, you know, chill the fuck out. You'll freak other people out like that. Oh god, was this the previous? Keep mantis. Because there have been a short in my area. I've been waiting for almost 2 weeks for shit. Can't really address these that are like segmented, unfortunately. Feels like everything in my life is going to hell. I've tried looking at the positives and try to tell myself things will get better. But it really doesn't feel like it. On top of that, I have everyone else. Mom and friends throwing all their issues on me. Alright. A little vague, but let's see. Sounds like you're being overwhelmed right now. If you feel like you're struggling to stay afloat of your own problems, don't feel guilty about having to turn away someone else's. As long as you're being polite about it. Let's see. Last time we talked about toxic positivity, and it sounds like this person's kind of trying to enforce that mantra on themselves, so to speak. Tell myself things will get better. I know it's common practice to try to convince yourself that things will get better, but don't try too hard because that builds an unfair expectation how quickly it should happen. Try keeping your yeah, tricky. Try just taking it one day at a time. Be happy, forehead. Right? Just take things a day at a time. And try not to focus on whether things are changing. Let's go for that. It's a tough one to work with for sure. But it is a little vague. My boyfriend is sweet. Oh no. Abusive. See guys, this is what I'm talking about right here, right? Even if we're not experienced in relationships, or even if we don't know that much about romantic circumstances, we can tell, we have the tools. We are equipped to identify the red flags of a situation. Yeah. Yeah, no, and I get that. I've kind of grown up like that too, and it's a tough thing to sort of like an external force can't convince you that things will get better. They just kind of have to reach a point of acceptance on their own. But every once in a while too, maybe they're overdoing it and you kind of have to call them out on that as well. But yeah. This is like, oh, my boyfriend's so wonderful, but sometimes he just gets so angry. I don't know why you preface this. Why do you preface this by making him sound like a good guy? We're in a long distance relationship too. Let's see. So what I gather, and you'll notice as I do these types of streams, I have this tendency to sort of psychologically profile people based on very little information. But the impression I get is that this person hasn't had very many relationships and is therefore, like most people who are inexperienced in relationships, sort of afraid to kind of break up or threaten to break up if the circumstances call for it. Because in a lot of ways, I feel like relationships are kind of a big game of chicken, right? Yeah, no, it's true. It could be he's just really bad at games. I mean, some people really do get aggro, but I think the problem is even if you're bad at games, or even if you get riled up for games, it takes a certain kind of person not to acknowledge when you're not being, you know, cool about it. Started playing games because of him. I mean, that's the other thing too, right? Like she didn't start off playing games. She's playing games because he wants to play games. And he's not being patient about it. So let's start this off. Let's see. Um let's see, how would I put this? Regardless of the circumstances, I think it's a little concerning that he won't acknowledge that he's being unpleasant to you. Let's see. Feel like you have to make the person aware of how they're acting in the moment to make them see it. Yeah, no, that's kind of the thing, right? Should always get called out for bad behavior. Yeah. Regardless of the circumstance, I think it's a little concerning that he won't acknowledge that he's being unpleasant to you, even if this only seems to happen in game. It's still a bad trend to set. Whatever you do, just don't let it go unchecked, since this could become a habit if you habit. Relationships, romantic or otherwise, are about keeping each other accountable and honest. If you think he's good, make sure he's good in all aspects of his life. Yeah, sometimes I wish I could sort of put in more, but I could probably write a whole thesis if I wanted to. What do we do? What do we do? What do we put in here? I'm feeling the frog that's hugging itself. I definitely feel like I overuse certain stickers a little too often. Oh god, this other person! No, just keep it to one letter, man. You don't know how this platform works. 2 out of question mark? We could just be running into, like, all of your stuff out of order. It's bullied for being a furry and it's happening again. I'm tired, bro. Too tired. I've lost too much in 2 years now. Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, people need to learn to kind of consolidate what they're trying to get across. There is such a thing as too much. 21 and my dad died when I was 19. I dropped out of college a year ago, just moved back with my mom. My mom is struggling and working so much I have to take care of a lot at home. I don't feel like I have any time for myself, so I'm stuck and depressed. Yeah, that's tough. How do we God, they're so young too. Like they basically had to drop everything for this. So it's not like there's a problem to fix necessarily. It's more, how do we give this person reassurance? Is the main question. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hear that this is how hmm how this is affecting your life. Mm, reassurance, huh? It's a lot of burden burden to take on, especially when you're so young. I think the big thing you need to consider is what you'll do down the road or how you'll handle things in the long term. Is this an indefinite situation? Is there you, some way to alleviate the burden? Maybe by working smarter than harder. I know it's tough and you must be busy, but I think it's think it would help with your mood to have a long-term objective or plan. Pretty bad at putting my thoughts into words, so I'm impressed. No, this comes with the streaming territory, right? Like I think if you've watched me from the start, you know I started off very bad with my words, very bad at pacing my sentences. I'd have long gaps of silence. But the thing is, you do this enough. You learn to fill in the space, you learn to start the momentum of conversation, even if it's, by yourself or just one or two other people. And you're able to kind of process these sort of ideas as you go, much faster than you'd think. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all practice, so I don't know if it's necessarily that impressive, but I guess it's just something I've kind of gotten used to. But yeah, I mean, it's part of why I like this game too, because I feel like there's time to muse, and if you don't immediately know what to say, you know, you think it over, you verbalize the thoughts going in your head, even if it's not coherent or it makes a lot of sense. But the end goal is to reach a conclusion, right? Oh god, this person again. I'm sorry, I can't address your... Oh god. Really? Is this going in order? Oh, let's see. Last night I found my cat's eye swollen and a whole white shield was covering the eyeball. I'm lucky enough to find her a vet booking for today, so to get checked. Please send prayers and healing. I'm so worried about her. I mean, pretty simple. Let's see. F. I hope your cat gets well soon. Maybe look into the cause if she's... Was it a she cat? Yeah. If she's fighting with something, or maybe something's causing the irritation. Also it doesn't hurt to have cat eye drops available. Just make sure you get the pet specific ones, because human eye drops are actually bad for cats. Guess what I'm going to send this person? They're gonna get a cat sticker. Clever, I know. That's right, I forgot. Known and Pilgrim, this is your first time back since I restarted too. What have you guys been up to in the last 7 years? We're basically in the second arc of Naruto, where like he finished training with the Frog Sage and now he's all a grown-up, right? What happened in those past 7 years? What the heck? I already addressed this one. Still playing the same games? Oh no, Pilgrim, are you still playing Persona 4 Arena? Please say it isn't so. Not on PS3, not after all this time. Oh, okay. I was gonna say. Yeah, I hear the Marvel meta's picking back up, or at least that they've started modding Marvel. Like they modded Smash, I guess. I'm pretty much stuck on Steam at this point, so when they do release Persona 4 Arena, maybe I'll pick it up. We'll see how it's going. It would be nice to pick up the game and for there to be people playing it, right? Because the worst thing is like, last year I downloaded Marvel 3 just to see if, I could play it again. And there was nobody playing that game online. It was really depressing. Maybe with the modded scene now, but I don't know how they handle that in terms of online play. Moved out of Mexico, currently getting ready to move out again. Quit Subway after 6 years and started a warehouse job with nice pay but long hours. Damn, Known. That's right, you were in Mexico. I forgot about that. You and Bars. Is at least, has life gotten better for you guys at least? I know, like, I realize a lot of the old crowd might have still been in school when I was streaming back then. And so it's kind of funny to think that people might have graduated since then. Haven't heard of anyone getting married yet, though, so maybe 7 years isn't that long after all. So I have an online SKL RN I get when I have to join classes. Online SKL. No two-parters. In California, huh? Yeah. I feel like a lot of the old fighting game crowd, it's hard to keep up, right? Or I don't know, maybe we just haven't felt as passionate about a game as Marvel back then. Or there hasn't been a new title to capture our attention the same way after the disappointment of Marvel Infinite. And Dragon Ball with its numerous Gokus. Shout out to Lythero who dunks Gokus on the regular. Days later, maybe I'll start a new career. An attempt used all of my courage, but my previous failures keep haunting me like a ghost. I'm so afraid that I'll screw everything up again. The same excitement at the beginning and the same regret. What is going on here? Damn, no, I'm sorry to hear about that. It's crazy how much of our lives sort of rely on infrastructure like that. But yeah, as long as you're making a living, that's what's important, and it's more than a lot of people can say these days. Yeah. Yeah, no, Pilgrim, that reminds me of like, yeah, before when we kind of had that community going. Like it's nice to have people available and to have options and not have to just go up against randoms. Tony Hawk and Crash Bandicoot. Can't go wrong with the classics. Ooh, a few months back I was unable to afford my ADHD medic. I've been pushing to exercise, direct my hyper focus to productive things, and take brain supplements. But I just feel I'm not enough. Hmm. Don't feel bad if you're not making the progress you wish you were. It's hard for anyone, ADHD or no, to brute force their way into self improvement. Kind of stay in my room when I'm not working. Oh yeah, roommates. Yeah, no, I get you. Unless you're actually living with like really close friends, it's kind of hard to sort of be comfortable and free with yourself, especially at home, and it's tough. Master Duel. Yeah, no, I've read a bit about it. Apparently it's picking up popularity. I I don't think I could ever play Yu-Gi-Oh without kind of the role play and the memeing involved in it, which, you know, you can't really do without an audience. Let's see. Try focus on very small objectives at the least. Or if you're having trouble focusing on one, come up with ways to combine them. I hate working out, but if I play a stressful video game while on the exercise bike, I could keep it up for hours. Food for thought. And if you guys remember me from way back in the day, I used to play lots of fighting games while on the exercise bike. Because fighting game players can be real assholes sometimes. What do we give them for focus? Let's give a squirrel. I haven't given one of these out. Yeah, you know, collectible card games, that's a thing for younger people. Oh God, this one won't go away. I don't know. This one's Starting you. It almost seems like they're writing like a song lyric or poetry. It's a little too sad sappy. Or almost seems to lack genuineness, I guess. Oh, by the way, the audio seems a little low. Let me know if you're having a hard time with the music or if my mic is coming out too loud. Dude, the elliptical bike is still a meme between my friends. Dude, no, I put so many hours into exercise machines playing fighting games. You'd be surprised at the effectiveness of it. Previous failures keep haunting me. All right, let's try this. Let's try this out because it won't go away until we answer it. Let's see. If you think you keep hitting repeated failures doing the same thing, try changing up the formula. Is it just that you keep changing jobs? Or that you keep losing them? Stream's kind of low. Maybe that's just the way they express themselves. I'll raise the game volume a bit. I'm just concerned because I think my first day back I noticed I had kind of crunchy audio, so I just want to be careful about that. Keep losing them. I think you need to narrow down a cause, a specific problem, because then you can more actively work to avoid or adjust your patterns around them. Food for thought. Yeah, there's not that much to work with, and that's what's kind of frustrating about vague things like that. Okay. Is it this guy? Never really got a lot of attention. Just how many parts is this guy running with, though? Okay. Let's try this again. Sounds like someone's tired of COVID. Oh, Jesus. Keep getting texts. It's so cold outside. I'm tired of being trapped at home for weeks, but now there's so much snow I can't go outside either. I literally moved from north to south to get more warmth because the cold makes me sleepy. Sitting at home all day. Damn. How's it snowing? How far south did they go? Climate change is a heck of a thing. Waka waka waka. Let's see. Tired of being trapped at home. Are you actually snowed in? If you're feeling trapped indoors, you can always resort to physical labor. I know nobody ever liked shoveling snow when they were kids. But if you're getting that restless, it may not hurt to tear up the neighborhood a bit. Who knows? You might run into neighbors out there and get to know some people while you're at it. Neighbors love seeing other neighbors do yard work. True story. Last year, the last couple years during COVID, I didn't go out to meet anyone, but in the spring and summer, I did have an occasion to do a bit of gardening work, climb up a tree, saw down branches, and, you know, had a lot of conversations with my neighbors. So it could work. As someone who's done it before, I'd say it's worth doing. Though I wish I had something snow related to maybe a Yeti. I'll send them a Yeti. Get a flamethrower to melt the snow. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I hate snow. There's snow everywhere. To which, how do you really respond to a problem like that? Let's see. I hate it when people tell me to chill out and not be aggressive sometimes. I had a lot of people hurt me in the past, even now too. I learned to just not forgive or trust others immediately, and it helped me in my career immensely. Apparently, most don't like it though. What happened to spelling in the last 10 years? Has it always been this bad? Sounds like this guy's just trying to justify his kind of frustrated behavior, right? Like, he's like, I guess other people don't like it. But we'll try our best. I guess it would depend on how your don't forget those apostrophes, people, portraying yourself. Yeah, right? Like, you can tell he's kind of projecting a lot of problems. But it's almost like he's trying to play it off like he doesn't care. Trust issues. And, well, I don't think he'd take kindly to it being called a trust issue. Trust and wariness are one thing. But you seem to describe the situation like, let's see. You seem to describe the situation like you're being approached about it regularly. Yeah, reaffirmation. Yeah, no, I get that sense too. I don't think he actually... He doesn't want help with this problem. He wants people to acknowledge that other people have the problem. Which, unfortunately, I'm not in the business of doing generally. So, he probably won't send me a sticker after this. But, you know, some people, when they put stuff out into the world like this, you know, someone's got to tell it straight. We can't all be enablers on here. let's see. You don't have to stop being cautious when it comes to other people, especially in business. But let's see. But it doesn't mean there's no value in playing diplomatically either. That's, yeah, that's tough. Doesn't mean there's no value in playing diplomatically either. To be honest though, I kind of agree with him in the sense that you do sort of have to keep your guard up, especially in the workplace. As long as you're not hurting people. When they place their trust in someone. I mean, I get the vibe that he's going for like big alpha energy, right? Like, there are some people who are kind of like in your face and need to be intense all the time because like on some level they think it's asserting dominance and that's what they need to do. But at the same time, I mean, we all know people like that. And you can kind of work with those people to a certain extent. It's just that if you're not going to listen, I don't think it's an issue. I don't think it's an issue of people reaching out to him and trying to be nice. I legitimately think this guy's just kind of used to being an asshole. And he's just like, people keep telling me I'm being an asshole. But it's not like I care or anything though. Doesn't cost anything to be amiable if you can. Doesn't cost anything to be amiable if they're not outright aggressive. And you might want those connections. You might need to... And it doesn't hurt to have those connections for later. We'll go with that. I don't know if we can really argue on an ethical level, but at least from a business perspective, like, if you're incapable of making friends or being likable, you're kind of screwed. So let's see, this one seems appropriate, right? Three-headed, like, what is that, a Psyduck? It looks aggro, so I think it's appropriate to him. Again with these multi-parters, stop sending them to me. I'm moving from America. What things should I do before then? Moving from America? I'm also afraid of getting my accounts locked, especially... These things don't seem related. What does this mean? I'm moving from America. What things should I do before then? I'm also afraid of my accounts, of getting my accounts locked. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm just sort of like, maybe your bank card or something, but it's not like your Steam account is region locked. Well, actually, I'm lucky I have an aura of friendliness, because otherwise I don't know how I'd make it through life. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the best thing people could do for themselves is just be approachable. I don't know that this is really an issue. I can't, with existing money in the wallet. Yeah, no, seriously, like this seems, maybe they're like a kid and are getting kind of worked up about nothing. I could respond Google it, but that just seems kind of mean. We'll skip this. It doesn't seem significant. Linux users! Oh god. What are you people doing here? Linux users? Should I dual boot Windows plus Linux on my SSD? I've heard you can run into problems, but I want to try Linux without losing Windows. I can't use VM. I don't have enough RAM. Really? You're gonna ask for IT support on this forum? Alright. I'll try this out. How much rank? That's the funny thing, Pilgrim. You don't need, like... I don't know what this guy is doing. I mean, I think it's because he's concerned about running a host OS and a VM at the same time. Should I dual boot Windows? Why don't you try booting Linux off of a removable drive? That way you can experiment temporarily. You can boot Linux off a flash drive. Let's see. I want to try Linux without losing Windows. That way you can experiment temporarily and then copy the contents to a hard drive when you get another enclosure. I mean, is this even a question? Like, I don't get it. It's like... And not enclosure. Spelling very important, otherwise you'll lose your validity as an advice giver. Yeah, no, seriously. You would send them the "Let me Google that for you" link, where it just animates Googling it for them. Yeah, no, it's true. I really shouldn't be wasting this much time. But, you know, it was such an out there option. I felt like I had to send something. Why ask about Linux? Jesus. Oh, here we go. Romance advice. Boyfriend used to like his best friend, and admittedly they would probably be together if I wasn't with him. I want to be her friend, but my jealousy gets in the way. Not saying out of insecurity, but I'm truly a very troublesome girl, And she's extremely not saying out of insecurity, but this other girl, my boyfriend, would probably be better with is funny, kind, and beautiful in all ways. Are you telling me that is not insecurity? Right? I'm not insecure, but they're perfect. No, seriously, like, this is textbook insecurity. Let's see. But this isn't like... Okay, so this person isn't in distress. They're not in whatchamacallit. Tell me here without telling me, seriously. That's like the meme phrase of this year. Yes. I'm going to have to be blunt with you. You say it's not insecurity, but you just described textbook insecurity. Let's see. That said, it's... Let's see. How do we be encouraging? That said, I understand the feeling of... Let's see. Do I? I don't know that I understand this. Let's not lie to people. Their goal is to be that person's friend, right? Oh my god, sad, happy, mad. Sad, happy, mad with the alternate account name. What happened to Sad, Happy, Mad 1 and 2? Why are you 3 all of a sudden? Did you like spit out a couple eggs? And you're like the third iteration of Sad, Happy, Mad? What happened here? You still have a sword on your main account. They died due to my... Oh god, you forgot your passwords. Oh my god. Before the age of password managers. I mean, I could give Sad Happy Mad 3 a sword, but who's to say Sad Happy Mad 3 won't get amnesia? And we'll have to address Sad Happy Mad 4 later. The ultimate. You know, I like to imagine he's like Piccolo. Like, but not modern day Piccolo, but like the original Piccolo, who's like old. And like, before he got stabbed by Goku's head, spit out another egg to make younger Piccolo. Yeah, I could VIP people now, but like, you know, it's what's the point if he already forgot 2 of himself, you know? You couldn't be like sadder, happier, madder, at least. I feel like the numbering system is kind of a cop-out. Man, the last time I talked to Sad, Happy, Mad, I think he was introducing me to JoJo. And I was telling him what a bullshit show JoJo is. Great memes, but... Oh god, it's so Shonen Jump. Yeah, right. Sad, Happy, Mad will show up with 1 and 2. There'll be 3 of them in the chat all that's at the same time. Honestly, I can't believe JoJo's still going on. I was shocked to discover there was another season. So how do we deal with jealous, insecure girl who thinks that said, why should it matter that this Why are you no, because she's insecure. I already answered this. Why is she concerned about this other friend who's perfect and probably better for her boyfriend? Because she is insecure. We've just solved this problem. God damn it. So how do we've pointed this out, but how do we help this person? How do we tell them not to be insecure? I think it's if you're going to spend time being concerned about this other girl, then you should first and foremost accept this about you. Be their friend, you'll see their flaws. Oh, come on. Let's not encourage that sort of behavior. Wouldn't touch it. Just let the boyfriend straight up know. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, it's not like the boyfriend has any issue. Clearly chose this girl. She is concerned because she's jealous of this girl. For whatever reason, she thinks she's better, right? I had a friend who had a similar kind of perspective. That she didn't like the idea of like someone she dated having like a long history with this other person. Because she would feel jealous that she doesn't have the shared history herself. Let's see. Because we have to drop a hard truth on them. And then we move on to the how do we progress from here phase. How do you... That said, at the end of the day, BF chose you, right? Why make... The hard truth is needed. We're not in the business of coddling or enabling bad behavior. We're grown-ass men. We're grown-ass men. We drop facts. Grown-ass men and women. If there are any women in chat. First and foremost, accept this about you. That said, at the end of the day, boyfriend chose you, right? I think you're generating unnecessary turmoil by, how would I put it? Not quite projecting, but trying to decide. We're fighting game players. We body you 2-0. Tell you why you suck. And then make a YouTube video about it. We're YouTube people. We document that shit. And then we break it down. Sad, happy, mad, what have you been up to? It's been about 7 years as well. Or drown in pools, that too. We take it humbly. Or some of us do. Let's see. Also the last thing I remember with Sad, Happy, Mad, I sold him my old microphone because I wanted him to make troll videos about Hearthstone cards. But he never got around to it. I was always disappointed. All that effort in making troll decks. trying to attribute better matches for him. Do people still play Hearthstone? I still play Hearthstone, though very, very casually. Sad Happy Mad strikes me as someone who would have picked up Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like if Sad Happy Mad had to move from one card game to another, it would be Yu-Gi-Oh! At least for the meme quality. Little known fact, he used to get friended on Blizzard just for people to shit talk him because he beat them in ridiculous ways. Oh, JoJo combo videos. Damn. I feel like there's some real like real estate possibilities in making just straight up JoJo memes. Like a whole YouTube channel dedicated to JoJo memes. That would be the dream, but it would be an unmonetizable dream, unfortunately. That's your dream? Hate mail? No, and you could just create a fighting YouTube channel and have swarms of people just tell you you're not Maximilian. That's what I did. I think that's unjust just by trying to attribute better matches for him. Let's see. I'm getting stuck on Jealous Girl. I'm getting stun locked here. Think you're generating unnecessary turmoil by trying to attribute better matches for him. If you need more confidence in your relationship, why not just talk to him about what's working for you two? At the end of the day, communication is best, right? If you're insecure, don't be insecure by yourself. Let's send this picture of the dev with a kissy face. I would, but I wouldn't have views because fighting games. Mexican JonTron. Oh my god. I've been wanting to go to Wednesday night fights. Dude. Wednesday night fights, ever since they went to like Walnut or something, it was over. I missed my opportunity when they were still like streaming over at LAX. Miners, I forgot all about that. Yeah, you know, it's tough. It's tough being a streamer / YouTuber in the fighting game scene. I mean, that's why most of them went variety, right? Like Thero's out there playing his Nintendo games, Max playing every game. Fighting games just aren't sustainable. Except when that League of Legends fighting game comes out, because you know Riot fans eat up all that shit. It'll be our second coming, boys. Well, we'll see. I hope the game's good. I'll make a Yu-Gi-Oh! Dude, seriously, Sad. Do it. I've wanted to see you make a video this whole time because you've got really good, you've got really good game sense when it comes to this stuff. It's not even just about being good at the game. It's about being creative and exploitive with the game. Not many people have a talent for that. Oh, damn, Evo. That's another thing I never made either. Yeah, Pilgrim. I mean, for the most part, the fighting game streamers are all pretty small. Like, you watch Spooky's channel, and even he's playing, like, random card games and shit. League Fighter. League Fighter looks good. It looks really good. Here's the thing, Known, because League Fighter is potential good content. Because you've got so many thirsty boys and girls who love the League character designs. And they're going to be in fighting games, which means they're going to be in higher fidelity than they've ever been. People eat that shit up. You want to make a combo video? The casuals are going to watch that shit. And Arcane was really good too. If you watched Arcane, you know they're going to ride the wave on that. Let's see. Back to helping people before I get too hung up on the potential of League Fighter. Think of all the fan art. All the fan art. Hello. Life has been tough for a lot of us during these rough times, so if anyone wants to vent... Let's see. Judgment-free zone, huh? I mean, that's what this whole game is, but... Bless your heart. Nothing really much to say other than, it's nice to see someone being happy on here. Yeah, speaking about the League fighting game, Arcane will definitely give it a boost. Silco? Silco Stan. Oh, God. I'm too damn old for waifus. I can't talk about that stuff anymore. I'm too old, it's weird. All main characters are like 18. We've established this. Once you turn 18, once you're an adult, your life is over in anime. Yes. Pilgrim remembers. No one past the age of high school is a protagonist. So I was bored and put on Jumanji for a background noise. Just have to have something to listen to yet. I watched the movie just because it had Robin Williams in it. Anyone else do that? Too old for waifu. You know, unless they start putting out some older waifus into the world, I don't know. It's a little weird. Every once in a while, you follow Anime News Network, and they're like, happy birthday to this character. They're 15, and you're like, oh, God. That's disgusting. Silco. Yeah, Jinx's foster dad. You know, that's actually kind of funny. I think what I liked about Arcane is because Jinx is sort of sexualized, but kind of not in a weird way. Like, she's not overtly sexualized, but her character design kind of is. What I liked the most about, or not the most, but one of the funnier moments in Arcane I thought was when Jinx was injecting that thing into Silco's eye. But she does it in such an uncomfortable way of just like sitting on his lap and facing him. And you can tell that he's like, God, she's like a daughter to me. This is so gross and weird, but he puts up with it because she's crazy. Yeah, no, seriously, Tarragon. I do feel like they started off with like a Harley Quinn, and now she's just kind of like drug addict, maybe? I'm not sure. But I like the dynamic there. I like that they didn't like, you know, her character was sort of sexy to begin with, but they didn't like go heavy sex pot on it. And so they did it kind of tastefully, I guess. I mean, in as much as that like every goddamn character in League of Legends is sexy, so what can you do? Actually, I'm not really stimulated by this one. I still don't know what this problem is. I regret renewing Nintendo Switch Online. Couldn't connect to people even if I tried. My internet is not type D forever. And what the hell is this? Yeah, seriously, this is the second IT problem that's popped up on here. I'm not doing this IT stuff off the clock. This is ridiculous. That's not even a problem. I'm in love with my best friend. I like to imagine that has an R roll in it. Sad, just buy a new router. Shit. Let's see. I'm in love with my best friend. We are both in relationships. Hers is with her other bestie. She is really happy with her relationship. And I'm pretty sure she is in love. I can't stop thinking about her, and I just wish we were together even though I'm in a relationship. Just get fiber, forehead. Yeah, seriously. Actually, I got fiber. That's part of the reason I was even able to like come back, right? I was like, well, the infrastructure's all there. This is all more possible than it used to be for me. So what do we do? What do we do about this? Tread lightly on this. I think the more you fixate on your attraction, the bigger a problem it will become. At the end of the day, she's just not available. And no matter how infatuated we are with members of the opposite sex, you still can't have them if they're not into you. Telling people not to like who they like is almost impossible. Very true. But we could always reality check them. Because you could be like, I love Scarlett Johansson. I can't stop thinking about her. But at the end of the day, you're not gonna get Scarlett Johansson. And then life goes on, you know? This one's tricky because he's in a relationship, and that's kind of a red flag, right? Because we got betrayal on the table here. We got potential betrayal. We've got, you know, the possibility of ruining someone else's day. Is the one involved the guy? True. True. Very good catch, Pilgrim. That's my cancelable boomer mentality talking. With other people. Keep me accountable. With enough dish. Hopefully they can use their affection to better themselves. Get hot, but that's my toxic. Just get swole, bro. If they're not into you, not interested or available. Don't get canceled. Oh God, jmoonies just. He's only been back for a week and he's already getting canceled for assuming pronouns. Fuck. Not like this. I didn't even make affiliate. uh, let's see. I think the bigger thing you need to concern yourself with is your current partner. Are you not happy with her? It's not fair to just keep her around as a backup. How many days of streaming is it? 7? Yeah, I think it's 7 or 8 days for affiliate, and I have to stream about 8 hours. Both of those within a 30-day span, which is a lot easier than I realized. I'm just looking at these requirements, and I'm like, I could have been partnered 7 years ago. Like, why? How did I miss that? We could have had emotes, you know? We could have had all that dumb shit. I don't even have stream alerts going right now. Although I'm thinking about working on that this weekend. But yeah, are you not happy with her? It's not fair to just keep her around as a backup. At the least, you're this conflicted. 15 out of 14, god damn it. At the least, if you're this conflicted, be responsible. About it. I don't have nice things to say because this definitely they loosened up partner requirements in the time skip. I can imagine that. Yeah, seriously sad. Like that whole span of time when I was doing the Persona 4 playthroughs, easily partnerable. Yeah, seriously. Like, it's a bad thing. If you're in a relationship and you're interested in someone else, I'm gonna give you an STD for that. If you're in a relationship and you're interested in someone else, you can't just like sit on that, you know? Like, it's unfair. Get STD'd. There's no rule. It's kind words, but it doesn't necessarily mean kind for everybody. Kind for someone. I really want this. I don't want to see this one anymore. I don't want to see this one either. It's never okay to give someone an STD. Oh God. You know, I wrote in one of these the other day, like, you know, if you want to have safe sex, you should get the HPV vaccine at least, since that's available now. See, we're all grown-ups now. We could give real positive, constructive advice on the internet as older, having lived members of society. So far behind in my studies, I basically wasted another semester. I'm probably procrastinating as I'm writing this. When I switched my degree, I thought it would finally get better, but it didn't. I had very good grades in school, but then everything fell apart. College. Alright. College question. How many of you guys struggled in school? Because I definitely hit a point where I was like, I don't think I'm going to graduate. I don't think I'm going to make it. And not because, like, there's something off about motivations in school. You hardly feel 26 at all? Damn. 26. Where was I when I was 26? I was like I wasn't even... Oh, wait, I might have been... No. No, I wasn't streaming. You know, 30 will hit you before you know it. Not to be doomsaying or anything, but 30 isn't really as scary as you think it is. Most of the top streamers these days are 30. Can you believe it? It's no longer a young person's game anymore. The best from K to 6. I think we were all at our best from K to 6. Endless potential. Time management, yeah. See, the thing is, I get the feeling it's definitely a motivation issue with this person. Because they're clearly not happy. They're clearly not happy with their degree because they just changed it, right? Let's see. Motivation is a serious problem in university. I think it's tough because a lot of us lose sight or don't even know what we're studying for to begin with. What I miss? I don't care about my age, but they're gonna be like, "Where's your housewife kid money?" Yeah, no, I mean that's the plight of any minority, right? Same thing with me. Except, you know, as an Asian, I got beat for not getting good grades. Beat and yelled at. I had to explain this to a white person recently. Suppose that depends on how far in they are. Yeah, no. You hit the nail on the head, Sad. It's totally... It's an issue of knowing what you're doing, right? And in order to do that, you need to get work experience. Lose sight or don't even know what we're studying for to begin with. School doesn't really prepare us for that, unfortunately. Consider taking a gap year or a summer internship. I don't know why I keep adding these extra commas in here. Something to give you real life work experience so you know what it is you're actually studying for. I started college again. Dude, college is like still a recurring nightmare for me. Like, I have nightmares that I end up back in school at this age, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? It's like, how would I put it? If you remember Persona 3, in the second part, where you're playing as Aegis as the main character, and you have that opportunity to go back in time and save the original protagonist, and the team split on it, because, and Junpei had like the best phrase, right? He was like, dude, don't you remember how hard that fight is? Like, what if we don't win this time, right? And that's how I feel about going back to college. I'm like, that shit was hard. And, like, you can't just go back. You can't just... Essay reflex. You can't just go back and think it'll be as easy as it was before. Especially because it wasn't easy. Like, it's freaking scary to go back to that, just because of how hard it was the first time. Don't have that fear, because I had a 30-year-old. I mean, it's not really just about... It's just the... No, seriously, Sad. That line always stuck back to me, because I'm like... You know, for once a character actually acknowledges how fucking scary a situation that is. And so I often think that about college and like how hard it was to kind of graduate. And like, could I have done that? Could I do that again? I don't know. I wouldn't bet the college tuition on that for sure. Yeah, gap year, summer internship, something to give you real life work experience so you know what it is you're actually studying for. You might find the motivation you're looking for then. Or at least a better perspective of what to focus on. Sure, in 30 years, high school students will have higher expectations. Seriously. Dude, high schoolers learn a lot of shit. They learn like video editing. And I'm like, I had to go to college for that. And everything I learned in college was is out of date. It's not even applicable anymore. The funny thing is like IT certifications expire in 3 years too. So like this stuff goes out of date way faster than you'd even think. Would I be able to handle high school at this age, I wonder, with what I know? Yeah, seriously, no. I mean, the biggest killer of any sort of college, university endeavor is money, right? I think that's what people often lose sight of. Let's see, what does Z gotta say? I'm in a mindset where having a romantic relationship is not possible in a... Okay. Apostrophes, people. He has one apostrophe, but he forgot the second one. Or she, sorry. Not to assume, gender. I'm in a mindset... Oh, it's not even an apostrophe. It's an H. He's missing it. They're missing an H. Where having a romantic relationship is not possible and a sin for me. Because I don't want to hurt anyone else. I think I'm a better person not having one. And me avoiding relationships will not benefit only me, but... Yeah, sin is a loaded word here, right? Well, I don't know if it's a reaffirmation, but it's like possibly asking for someone to disagree with them. It's a very roundabout way to do it, right? First off, I think they're putting an assumption out in the world, and it's almost like a challenge to correct them, because there's so much that's kind of like off about this. Like, if you're asexual, you could just say you're asexual, right? Like, it's not like you're not doing the world a favor by being asexual and choosing not to have a relationship. But yeah, Sad is right in the sense that you should only really have relationships if you feel good about yourself. So let's see, how do we respond to Z here? We're in the mindset. I'm in a mindset. Let's see. Sin is a pretty loaded word. I'm going to borrow your phrasing. That was a good one. They're the problem in any relationship they could ever have. Possible. I think that says more about your personal circumstance than you realize. It's okay not to be in a relationship, but the fact that you bring this up at all seems to suggest maybe you would have wanted one, but don't feel like it would be good for anyone. In which case, I think this sounds... In which case, This sounds like you might have self-esteem issues. Will not benefit only me. Let's see. Something, something, self-compassion, something, something. Oh, did I miss an E? Oh, Jesus. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, there we go. Thank you, Known. I wouldn't want my spelling mistakes to take away from my from my validity. Let's see. Instead of ruling out relationships completely, look into what it is about you that makes you think you're unfit. We all have the potential for self-improvement after all. Yeah, no, I think it's like when your paragraph is so pristine and you just have one absurdly out of place typo, it looks awful. All right, what we send this guy? About this lonely looking kind of sad peepo thing. All right. Boyfriends. Aren't boyfriends the worst? If we're learning anything from this game, boyfriends are pretty awful. Having a lot of family problems. He won't talk to me and just ignores me a lot of the time. How should I go about this? No relationships ever, right? I mean, it's not very progressive, but at the same time, though, there are people who just habitually shut down. I am pretty awful. No, we're all on Twitch. We play fighting games. Of course, we're all awful. We were members of the fighting game community. How could we not be? We're practically anti-collaborative. Let's see, family problems. So she acknowledges he's in a rough spot right now. He won't talk to me and ignores me a lot of the time. So it doesn't sound like this is probably not normal behavior. And he's not being abusive, he's just being distant, is what it sounds like. So it's not the worst. Yeah, she just wants to be helpful. The thing is, sometimes people don't want that, right? Like, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but I think when I was a kid, or even as an adult, there are these moments, right, when you're really sad, right? And you're trying really hard not to let it show. You don't want to cry in front of everyone. It'll be really embarrassing and it's frustrating when you finally do. And then that really concerned adult or other person with the best of intention comes up to you. And it's like, is everything okay? Are you okay? And because they fucking ask you about it, the dam breaks and then you just start crying like an idiot. And you hate it because it's awful. You didn't want to do that, but someone else made you do it. So, it could be something like that, I wonder. There's going to be a problem. There's going to be a problem if you keep asking. Seriously. So let's see. Z, what do we say to you? It sounds like this is a conditional case and he's not normally like this. I know you want to be helpful, but there are types of people who get really withdrawn when they're going through difficult times. Yeah, sometimes people just want to deal with stuff on their own. I mean, it's tough, right? Because when you're in a relationship, your issues are kind of their issues too. And so you gotta have a little give both ways. There are types of people who get really withdrawn when they're going through difficult times. Right. No, exactly, Tarragon. I think it's... There is such a thing as trying to be too helpful. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. But if he's not being that responsive, try not to push him too hard. Just let him know you're available when he's ready. Or have a debrief when the crisis has passed. Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a thing, right? It's sometimes people internalize that too. They think like, oh, they can't talk to me about their problems, and then they make it about them, right? And depending on who you've dealt with in the past, you know, you might assume that's their reaction, and that's not good either. But I think, you know, we've discussed this on the stream before, but sad shaming is a real thing. People who feel like they have to fix you, and that's not a good way to approach things either. Let's go with this like weirdly withdrawn, neutral-looking space person. All right, what we got? Oh God, anarchist, redditor. See, as sad, happy, mad can attest, sadness is one of the 3 primary emotions. I'm trying to remember who the 4th one in Inside Out was. There was sad, there was happy, there was mad, but there was one more person and I can't remember who they... Was it disgust? Oh yeah, that's right. Disgust isn't even an emotion. They shoehorned that one in for comedy. My read on this is personal sacrifice is required for societal progress. Really? Really? A debate lord on here? I think this is a stupid topic. We're skipping this one. We're trying to help people. Damn it, stop polluting this platform with your Reddit talk. Writing my dissertation, but feeling stressed out. I keep procrastinating, afraid that it would not pass. Can I get some support? Ooh. That's a tough one. How do we approach this? We approach this pragmatically. I'm not really a cheerleader, but I can push you forward with pragmatism. Right, just send him text emojis. Let's see. Consider what you really lose from failure and compare that to what you lose from inactivity. It's such a strange thing too, because like feeling stressed, keep procrastinating, afraid that it would not pass. Sounds like they just need to know that everything's not writing on this, but that is a little tough when it comes to academics, right? Yeah, procrastination, I mean, I can't really speak to that because I've always been the kid who did my homework in the library immediately after school. Feel guilty doing stuff I like because it's not what I should be doing. Not necessarily the case here, but no, I get it. It's like every day when I hit that live button, I could be working out. Right. You guys are dropping immigrant parent knowledge right here. Let's see. Consider what you really lose from failure and compare that one to what you lose from inactivity. Also, suppose you do fail. What's your next course of action? If you have one of those, failure itself may not be all that scary. All you can really do is try your best and pivot when things don't go as planned. Trying to break the cycle, not continue it. You know, we're trying to be constructive. I mean, as much as I'd love to respond in memes. That's the solution, known. If we can break all of our immigrant upbringing problems by just not having children. Insert tapping head meme. Let's try our best and pivot when things don't go as planned. Let's see, what kind of, do we have an educational based sticker we can work with? I kind of like the irony of sending stickers related to their problems as if to trivialize it. I'll send them a fake Optimus Prime. I think that's good enough. Guy with glasses. Oh. I feel like I put on a mask like 10 years ago so I could pretend to be a proper person and fit in. And now my life is pretty good, but it all feels false. It's like all I am is a sense of responsibility to other people, and I ignore myself because changing might break things. They put on a mask? Like a persona? God, I hate myself for doing that. Let's see. You know, no, there's nothing wrong with making jokes with advice, though. I just have limited space, so I can't do that very easily. Most of the time when I actually give advice to people in person, I'm constantly making inappropriate jokes. Because you gotta cut the tension. When faking it till you make it until it goes wrong. I mean, that's the thing though, right? If we learned anything from Persona, wearing the mask only makes you better at everything. So, I don't know. I think this one comes with a bit of melodrama, right? What's weird to me is that they referenced 10 years ago, which implies that maybe this person is actually kind of an adult. All feels false. It's like all I am is a sense of responsibility to other people. What does that mean, though? Like they live for other people? Something like that? Putting others, I guess, right? Like, so they're pretending to be. Like they wish they were more irresponsible or more selfish with their lives. Let's see. Why are you separating that responsible aspect of yourself from yourself? Keeping it up. They don't see how they've grown. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having been responsible. I think it's more like they chose to be responsible because they felt like they had to be. There's a bit of melodrama. Like, I don't know, like I get the sense that this person watches too much anime if they're gonna describe the situation like that. You clearly chose that way of life for 10 years ago. And if you regret it, it's still your life decision. See, no, that's a little different though. Like you're saying you like being that person and you want to be this person. This requester almost seems like they don't like that they were the helpful, caring person. It all feels false. It's like and I ignore myself because changing might break things. Still a decision you made. Imposter syndrome? Maybe. Do you think you're experiencing imposter syndrome? You think someone's just going to catch you out of character and cancel everything you've done already. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know, it's more like your face. Your face kind of turns into the mask at that point. 10 years is maxing that level 10 social link. That's when you forge a bond that will never get broken, right? And then you unlock the ultimate persona. Unless you're planning to suddenly turn about and start kicking puppies, I don't think holding to such a standard should be such a scary thing. Should be such a shaky thing. I don't think failing to maintain such a should be such a scary thing. I don't know what this person's actually all that concerned about. By themselves and get a really... I mean, that's the thing though, right? I think a lot of people struggle with a sense of identity but don't realize that they actually have their own identity. Too much romanticism behind it. If losing 70 pounds the past year has taught me anything, people can change if they want to. Dude, you lost 70 pounds? Congratulations, man. I freaking feel like I gained 50 pounds. Shit, you lost 70 pounds? That's amazing, dude. I think most people have a hard time. Hard time even losing 20. Yeah, I mean, we're getting a little too metaphysical with this person because it's like, at the end of the day, it doesn't even seem like they have a real problem. Need to take care of yourself. I was gonna say, don't let other people dictate it, but I don't have enough characters. Damn. Sad. You should have been running on an exercise bike when you were still playing fighting games. That's how I maintained the status quo, at least. Oh, do I have a mask? Oh, let's use this mask guy. The secret to good exercise is having a video game that just makes you angry all the time and having that fuel your activity. At least that's how it worked for me. Let's see. Sometimes we're looking for talking about our feelings than searching advice. Okay. ESL. This letter is an opportunity to send me back what you have on your hearth. Hopefully it will... God damn it. Is this ESL? I mean, I'm not even sure. Because the thing is, when you learn English as a second language, you take a lot of care to get a lot of these details right. Hard to get the motivation to do it. I'm hoping when I move into my own place. Yeah, no, I mean, I get you there. It's tough. It's like... Workout motivation is a tricky thing, but also, I mean, more than anything, it's always the eating that screws you over when it comes to weight gain. Like, I fucking love rice, and it's like the worst curse. Because I'll eat 2 bowls of rice with anything. And it's like the worst thing I can eat more of. Well, this person doesn't really have a problem except for their spelling, so I think we're safe to skip this. Feel bad flaming them on the internet, but like, you know, it takes away how seriously you can take these things. Sometimes I'm feeling like a trash because when I fail an exam, I try to justify it with what's happening in my personal life. I don't know when it's time to move on. I'm very sensitive, and it's like neglecting them. Yeah, sad. Oof. Giving up sugar and carbs that's a tough one, right? It's like choosing to go out with a vegan. It's a very hard commitment to make. I actually started switching to diet soda, and I don't know what happened to my brain chemistry in the last couple years, but Diet Coke tastes good all of a sudden. And I don't know what happened. Granted, Diet Coke with burgers and fries isn't a bad, will be good regardless, but at some point Diet Coke actually started tasting good as a soda. I don't know what happened. I didn't even get COVID yet, so I don't know how that happened. Let's see. Drinking a 21 Diet Coke with a large pizza. But it's the Diet Coke, man. You're cutting out the sugar. LaCroix? Oh no, sad. What happened? Are you getting paid shit tons of money? Well, LaCroix is not even really that expensive. It's more like Perrier, right? Yeah, no, and I understand that feeling. When you have that weird vegan friend who's like, it tastes just like real meat. And inside your head, you're just like, no, it doesn't. And then you get fast food afterwards because you're so disappointed that you spent extra money on vegan food. Alright, so how do we help this person? Sounds like... So they acknowledge that they're kind of making up excuses for themselves. Let's see. Rather than concerning yourself over your failing performance, maybe focus more on the problems you are blaming. On the problems you blame for it. Went keto, I could not give up meat. Watch out for that keto diet, sad. One of my friends, he went on keto and he got gout because he just ate too much meat. And the doctors were like, we haven't seen anyone in this condition for a long time. Because I guess you only get gout. Like, gout was a disease that only nobles got because they ate too much meat. But yeah, missing bread is tough. You can go with quinoa, I guess, but quinoa is super dense, so you actually eat less of it volumetrically. I was doing pretty well until COVID hit, and then I ate a lot of McDonald's. Yeah, no tortillas. Keto isn't very Mexican food friendly, unfortunately. Nor is it Asian food friendly. You have to wonder what kind of monster race can get by on just keto. Let's see. You say you have depression. Have you sought out any help regarding that? I know it's a difficult decision to make. I personally had to hit rock bottom before making that choice. Let's see. It's tough to do, especially when you have concrete priorities to work on. But maybe try dedicating yourself to taking out those extraneous issues one at a time. You'll run out of excuses to blame. I'm eating a monster. I am a monster. I've been eating veggies and lettuce and mixing it with chicken sometimes, seafood. Oh yeah, poke is a good option. Dude. Veggies and lettuce. Not to be mistaken with lettuce that is the veggie. Dude, I find that blending vegetables and salads is an easier way to consume vegetables than just straight up salad. Because in addition to salad just being vegetable, it has the insulting trait of being difficult to pick up with a fork. So I literally just blend all my vegetables and just drink it just to get it out of the way. Let's see, what do we give this person? Well, since we're talking about keto, I'm just going to send this piece of meat over. Okay, what's next? Yes, meat. I'm having a really hard time getting a job. I'm looking to be a web developer, but I feel like I've been forced into it and I don't have much joy for it. I don't know what to do. Do I keep searching for the job for now, or do I look into something I'd enjoy? Yeah, no, a Vitamix is a pretty good resource, I'd say. Because if you just need to eat more vegetables, it definitely makes things easier. I don't know that it would be fulfilling per se. Making your own V8. Chips and bread. Yeah. I shouldn't be saying this, but my best weight loss story was when I got hospitalized for appendicitis, and they just had me on IV drip for like a week. And I didn't get hungry at all. Like, I had to force myself to eat the Jell-O. But like, I lost so much goddamn weight. And if I only kept it. Like, if you could just somehow forget to eat, that works. The problem is, I think we're all just too bored, and that's why we eat so regularly. Let's see. Having a really hard time getting a job, but Z. Let's see. So if I had drip, I'll lose weight. You know, it bothers me known that IV drip isn't like a commercially available thing. Probably because people would screw up the needle and give themselves infections, but dude, if I could live off IV drip, I would. I would just not eat anymore. And I would be always perfectly hydrated. And I think my quality of life would be really good in general. Do I keep searching for the job for now? Let's see. See, I don't think it's uncommon for people not to like their specialized field of employment. Did I just write a double negative in there? I think I did. Love eating. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, eating is good and all, but like, if you can forget that you're hungry, it almost kind of doesn't matter in a weird way. I went on Soylent for like a good year once. I mean, it worked, but you know, sometimes you're starving, or sometimes you don't have enough money to eat well anyways, so you might as well go minimalist. I don't think it's uncommon for people not to like their specialized field. That said, it's important to at least have a job, regardless of whether you like it. As long as you have somewhat reliable income, there's nothing stopping you from exploring other avenues. I guess the big question is whether you have a clue as to what you'd like to do. You know, in the past 7 years, I did have a career change, like a complete career change. So I did start over. So it's not like I don't empathize with this guy. Yeah, Pilgrim, I had the same experience at my very first job. I was working like 12-hour days. I was consistently missing lunch. It was really easy just not to eat because you're just so freaking frenzied all the time. Not that I, you know, encourage that sort of lifestyle. It wasn't healthy. All the rest of us talking about how we're fat. Pilgrim's talking about how he needs to gain weight. If only. Imagine. I guess the big question is whether you have a clue as to what you'd like to do. Bide your time with a job you can get. And consider if it's really worth making the switch once you have the information. What? Tarragon? You don't like eating? What's wrong with you? Do you have COVID? Can you not taste food? Damn, we've got a division in the chat here. How can there be such controversial takes right now? Don't like eating. I don't like food. It gets stuck in my teeth. I hate brushing, therefore I hate food. Let's see. What do we give this person? We'll give him a mixtape. Alright, well, easy dub. Yeah, let's see. I feel like fear often leads me to paralysis of action. Sometimes the idea of even starting something makes me anxious. Like a weight sunk onto my chest, holding me in place, even as time ticks by, making me more anxious. Let's see. S, I think you spelled it out for yourself. Already. When you have mozzarella sticks with ranch. That's funny. Anxiety is a real thing people struggle with, and the causes are often insignificant. The Skype call melody in the song. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about playing around with my own soundtracks, but it's like, so much has changed, right? I'm not fully up to date on the DMCA laws, so I'm sort of afraid to play things out of context. Man, what must it be like not to care for food? I mean, it's probably healthier at the end of the day. Tarragon, do you have a favorite food at all? I'm just curious now. And let's fix this typo before I let it through. Let's see. Anxiety is a real thing people struggle with, and the causes are often insignificant. If you have the means, it wouldn't be harmful to talk to a professional about it. I know there's a stigma about not really needing therapy, but there's equally no reason not to pursue it either. Remember when all you could eat sushi was $20? Oh god. Damn. Tarragon's hardcore here. He has a slight preference, but doesn't have a favorite. That's like saying... Like, for all we know, Tarragon just likes bland food. Or has a preference for bland food. Man. Although, it's not the weirdest thing. I personally don't like music. Like, I don't listen to music, and music doesn't move me the same way that, it moves most people. One of my friends actually thinks I'm neurodivergent because of that. I get the feeling this food preference thing might be along the same lines. Not to pursue it either. Tarragon, I think it's more being impressed with the quantity than what you actually ate. Like, there's nothing weird about eating fries. Lots of people love fries. That's the reason why half of us are fat, but like maybe you're just really fuel efficient. You're like the Prius of human beings. But there's equally no reason not to pursue it either. There's no obligation for you to be medicated either. Sometimes a little assisted introspection goes a long way. Food for thought. Sorry, Known. I know we're, it's hard not to talk about vices. I mean, for all we know, Tarragon might just be like, he's like, what was it? What is his name? Argo from G Gundam, where he fights using minimal movements. And so therefore doesn't tire himself out and only performs the necessary actions he needs. Could be something like that. Like, he may just not waste any energy walking about. He doesn't put any undue burden on his body. What songs lift your mood? I don't listen to music. Yeah, I don't listen to music. G Gundam references. Hey, Chaco. G Gundam references in 2022. I'm in old hands, dude. I was streaming 7 years ago. And I was already pretty old by then. G Gundam is like my favorite Gundam series of all time. Which is funny because it's everyone's least favorite Gundam series. But I'm glad someone knows what I'm talking about there. I very direly need to make appointments to get some help with cognitive issues. But I have knit. But I have knit only no motivation. Not only no motivation, but a huge fear of making phone calls. It do be good. Dude, Chaco, G Gundam is like the classic kung fu martial arts film, right? Where it's like Domon Kashu has to confront his master after so many years, and they're fighting and they're crying while fighting. And even with the dub is great. I'm almost tempted to say the dub is way more enjoyable than the sub. Actually, I'll stand to that comment. It is better than the sub. Because you've got that classic martial arts film dub job. Went through Gundam Wing. Dude, sad. Gundam Wing. I know Gundam Wing was the first one to make it stateside, but that anime was trash, dude. I do like the memes, though. If memes were around back when Gundam Wing was a thing, it would have been better. It's like, what was her name? Melina, or whatever the fuck her name is. I'm going to kill you. Like, what the hell? Who doesn't make any sense. Dude's wearing a tank top in space all the time, like, ugh. Boy band Gundam show. Well, it's not the only boy band Gundam show, but the characters were like, they had the depth of a bottle cap, really. Wu Fei's like, oh, I can't beat someone who's stronger than me, I'm useless. Troa's like, I'm emo boy. Like, they got nothing. They got nothing. Cognitive issue. I just recommend this person to write down what they need and keep any important docs near them. Dude, Gundam Wing was the age of emo boys for sure. But they weren't tragic emo boys. They were just like needlessly stoic. And we never really got to find out why they were the way they were. They were just like that. Like they were just hatched from an egg and they just came out as, you know, stoic emo boys. They were Lightning from Final Fantasy 13. Pilgrim, I don't know that you're really missing much at the end of the day. I did like Gundam Seed, though. I don't know. You like fighting games, so I think you would enjoy G Gundam. Who is my enemy? Oh god. Good times. Toonami anime, good times. Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna say Known Unknown has good takes for this person. Or if you're having trouble composing your thoughts on the spot, maybe write them down. That'll at least get one step of the process out of the way. If you have a script, it's easier to talk on the phone as well, though. Pilgrim, you probably didn't finish G Gundam because it's also corny as hell. Like, I think you have to reach a certain point before it becomes a self-sustaining anime. And unfortunately, it's a really slow burn up until then. Character who built the best mech in the series. Winner? Who's Winner? Though... It might be easier to talk on the phone as well. Let's see. Bigger issue. The blonde of the boy bands. Oh wait. Was he the guy who piloted Sandrock? I always thought that was the shittiest Gundam. We don't know what the plot is until 30 hours in. What are you talking about, Known? We don't know who the true culprit is until Endgame. Where we discover the end villain is some random Japanese god out of nowhere. Quatra? Are you talking about the Red Comet? Oh, Gundam. They haven't made a new one in a while either. He's here. Let's see. If you're having issues with motivation, I think sometimes you just have to let things get bad enough to motivate you. It's an unfortunate truth, but sometimes people don't take their problems seriously until it gets to a certain point. This is a... Let's see. He was the Sandrock pilot, but somehow he built the best mech that could tell the future. Oh, that's right. He did build Wing Zero. I forgot about it. Yeah, I couldn't remember what his name was because I thought he was kind of the lamest character. Like his whole concept is that he's smart. And he went a little crazy for a while, but that was about it. Because his Gundam had nothing. His Gundam had swords, big deal. They weren't even like energy swords. He was practically useless in space. He could heat the swords up, but great. He could heat the swords up so they'll bend more easily. Swords that heat up are like ass. They're like broken swords. Yeah, the Middle Eastern militia. That's true. His power was other people. He's like Iron Man, where his superpower is just money and resources. Let's see. How do I cap this for R? Because we don't want to leave it in a way of like just wait till it gets awful. Take some time to consider how you feel about things in the moment. Duo was the best character. Was the only who wasn't like one-dimensional. I mean, Duo was okay. He was just a little like... he talked to his robot a little too much, don't you think? Like, he seemed like the most balanced, but at the same time, why was he always talking to his robot? No one else had that relationship with their robot. Let's give him that weird bird. That's a Gundam staple. You know, I mean, I rag on Gundam Wing for being the boy band Gundam, but the real boy band Gundam is 00 Gundam, right? They're like, we are celestial beings, and you're like, what the hell is this shit? They were the most girly boys for sure. Yeah, straight up. Duo kept crying every time his Gundam blew up. Like, Hero just blows it up like it's no problem. Yeah. Celestial beings, right? And then they had these other celestial beings they didn't even know about. They had all these dumb catchphrases. I mean, overall, Gundam, you kind of have to accept that Gundam's just kind of dumb overall. Dude, Hero couldn't wait to blow up his Gundam every episode. Let's see. Today's a very relationship-heavy day, isn't it? Yesterday, I had a very emotional discussion with my new boyfriend. I told him I don't deserve love, and he replied, "We'll see about that. You really have to prove it to me." Which really hurt me deeply. What? What does that mean? Like... So she got upset because he basically said, "I don't believe you." And then he apologized. Is it insensitive? I'm not sure. I mean, it's kind of like a challenge, right? But I'm not sure I understand what the problem was exactly. Like he didn't take it seriously, maybe. Like she was subconsciously asking for validation. Tone was maybe too confrontational. I mean, that's the thing. Like this reads very, very oddly. We'll see about that. Wait, so Chaco, you think that she was kind of like fishing for him to say no? Oh, man. She doesn't deserve love. No, I mean that's the thing, right? Like she's saying, I don't deserve to be, in a good relationship. Yeah, that's what I'm getting to. Like it just seems like he was making kind of he was jokingly challenging it, right? He was like, I don't know, man, you'll have to convince me that you don't really deserve love. And so I guess the thing was he was trying to take it lightly. Because the thing is, I don't like saying something like, especially someone you get into a relationship, right? If you don't feel like you deserve love, you don't get into relationships with people. Yeah, no, seriously. It's like, I think it would be a tough thing to react to on the spot, but hmm. Well, when in doubt, start typing. I think this might be more of a this is more of a situation of you two being off sync than anything. If that makes sense, he probably meant better than what was said. I mean, the funny thing is, like, on a personal level, I don't think he necessarily said anything bad either. It's just, I think the initial statement is just a weird thing to put out into the universe, right? Because you're basically saying, like, you're already doubting this relationship if you think you yourself are not worthy to receive love. Yet you're saying this to the person who chose to be in a relationship with you. So it's a little weird. Like, it's a little insensitive on both accounts. I mean, is it really that big of a misstep? What was said, more how it was said or used. I think it's less of the relationship specifically. She meant she doesn't feel she's worthy of love in general. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like, I mean, the first red flag is obviously like not being happy with yourself, right? And to be in a relationship when you're not happy with yourself is a weird kind of place to be in. I think most people generally think like, you know, get yourself together before trying to get with other people because you're kind of throwing that baggage onto someone else as a result. Yeah. No, it's definitely a weird thing just to say to someone. Let's see. I think the situation is a little difficult to comprehend because it seems like the circumstances are a little insensitive to both parties. The boyfriend made light of your comment, probably because he wasn't entirely sure how to act on it. That said, it's a bit of a difficult statement to have to react to, especially as someone who's choosing to date you. In any case, he's willing to apologize and try to gauge the situation better. So I think it's worth... Oh God, before difficult, where is it? Where is it? Bit of a difficult statement. Thank you for checking my spelling. He's willing to apologize and try to gauge the situation better. So I think it's worth being a little patient. Being patient. But also, I think it's worth being, but also considerate of how you present things to him. Yeah, that's weird because I feel like the way this is written seems to imply that the author doesn't interpret that her making that statement is kind of difficult, right? Like, it is a difficult thing to have to react to. What do I give them? I don't know. I don't know about any of these. It doesn't feel appropriate. I'll give them a jar of plant. Oh my God, so much relationship drama today. What is going on? It's not even Valentine's Day yet. Relationships and tech problems, right? Feel like I can't get over my ex or find anyone better. They broke up with me because they're depressed, but I feel like I'm still holding on. It's been a little over a month and I've made no progress. A jar to symbolize the pent-up baggage. The teenagers have arrived. Sad. The teenagers have been here. This is the whole point of being an older adult, is to be able to impart the wisdom of age to these troubled youths. Well, this one's at least isn't as weird and is pretty straightforward. Let's see. G. I don't think it's strange to be hung up over a breakup for over a month. Don't be too concerned. Jonathan, who's my Valentine? Let's see. Who is my Valentine? I could make a parasocial joke about Twitch chat, but you're mostly dudes, so it's kind of weird. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I just identify as a heterosexual man. It would be the homeroom teacher from Persona 5, the clinic doctor from Persona 5, the fortune teller from Persona 5. How many? There are a lot of adult love interests in that game. Who was it in the P4G playthrough? I think we dated everyone and disappointed everyone except Naoto. But that was by popular vote, so that wasn't really of my own free will. You know, P5, I I had a conversation with a few friends about it. P5 is a bit of a troublesome kind of situation where I like that they, you know, they made the progress of like, okay, dating older women, kind of cool. Older women can be attractive and desirable. But he's still a high schooler, right? And so we get into sort of illegal territories here of like grown-up women trying to date a minor. So I think the thing is, right, it wouldn't have been a problem if Persona took place in college. If we could play a character in college that's dating grown-ups, I would be totally fine with that. But there are ethical issues to be considered when being a high schooler and dating your teacher. Right, Tarragon? For all of their focus on social links, social appropriateness is not one of them. If only they would make a game in college, they could wipe out all of those troublesome details. Yeah, I know, Known. I know. We're not allowed to be heroes and protagonists if we go past high school. It's just the rule. But we can be villains, as the ending of Persona 5 Royal taught us. You can be a grown-ass man and get powers, but only if you're a villain. Same thing with Persona 4. Adachi was a villain, and he was a grown man. And Persona 3. Yeah, that's right. Yakutsuki and Revolver Jesus. But yeah, P6, I would love to see that be in college. That would mean so much to me in terms of older person representation. Kawakami is the best waifu, though. All things considered. No, that's true. Adachi is just a victim of society. The world made him into that. It's not his fault. Shut up, Adachi. Yeah, you know, every time I think about Adachi, I think about Sad Happy Mad. It's just... I'd like to think if life went a little more sideways for Sad Happy Mad and he ended up in the suburbs, he'd become Adachi. Let's see. Don't be concerned about the length of time. Feel like I can't get over my ex or find anyone better. In all honesty, your ex did you a service by taking responsibility for themselves. Japanese 16-year-old college student. You know, Jonathan, there will be that. If Persona does take place in college, you know they're gonna put some underage girl who's like a genius in there. That's just a typical Japanese trope. Sad, happy, bad. Oh, that's good. Sad, you need to take on that moniker. Stop adding threes and just get creative with your wording. Sad, happy, bad would have been a great alternate. Oh boy. Your ex did you a service by taking responsibility for themselves. Let's see. It's better that a person try to sort themselves out rather that baggage on another. I know it's tough for you in the moment. But it doesn't mean she'll be out of the picture forever. Likewise, the world is a big place. Don't anchor yourself. Don't anchor yourself. Oh, that's true. That's true. God damn. Person try to sort them. I know it's. Thank you, Tarragon. You gotta keep me accountable. It's a new world. I have to keep track of these pronouns. Shit. Thankfully, you are all old enough to remember a time when, you know, the world was less cognizant of it and therefore less judgmental. I think it's important though, because I think a lot of the Zoomer culture out there, a lot of the younger people grow up with this awareness, not realizing it was that common not so long ago. It's a tough struggle for older folks, I think. Let's see. Don't anchor yourself. To someone who's not available. Let's see. What do we give them? I want to give them something relationship related just to be a troll, but we don't have very many options here. When in doubt, the frog that's hugging itself, though. Going to tournaments and putting that as my preferred controls. Sad, happy, bad. Oh my god. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? I don't think my best friend likes me anymore. God, wow! Wow! Another relationship one. What the hell is going on? I don't think my best friend likes me anymore. I used to have feelings for him, but lately everything just feels messed up. I said something to upset him, I think. I don't know what I said. I would have took it back, apologized, and reassured him it's not true. I wonder. It's so vague, I wonder if they even know if they did something wrong. Oh. Have you spoken to them? Have you spoken? We know his pronoun. Have you spoken to him directly about this? It sounds like you never really got any confirmation of what's been driving the wedge between you. Sometimes asking direct is the best. Even if it's kind of scary. What's going on here? Mention of liking him is also something of a flag in your statement. Have you told him how you felt? And maybe that's why you are hesitant. it without issue. And it wasn't the cause of this. Yeah, I don't know. Never really got any confirmation of what's been driving the wedge between you. He still chose to be your friend. Regardless, take that at face value and still talk to him. It's vague if there's even a problem. I mean, the problem is that, like, you know, she doesn't, I guess she probably doesn't, she feels like there's a wedge between her and her friend, right? There's just not enough context to really give them any advice. So all we can do is really conjecture. She should practice with dating sims. Simulate your best friend. Program a dating sim with your best friend in it. It's actually not an awful take because I think, what do you call that? It's like a thought experiment or a mental simulation. Like it's a valid way to approach things. I feel so upset and no one notices. I've tried making it obvious. I don't want to seem like I just want attention. I just want someone to notice and tell me I'm okay. Please notice. This looks like prose. Why write it in this way? Unpopular? Lonely? So we're sliding back into weeb territory, but this does remind me of a character in, if you've ever played .hack GU, there's Atoli, whose whole character concept is that she goes unnoticed. And the only reason the main character, Haseo, hangs out with her is because she looks like someone important to him. And that's like her whole hang up throughout the entire series. And I feel like this is something like that almost. Just don't want to seem like I want attention. Yeah, you know, Sad. I can rely on you to appreciate the vintage stuff. Yeah, Haseo was an ultimate edgelord. His whole thing was he was just angry. He's like the Hulk, but without super strength. I like .hack though. Yep, voiced by Yuri Lowenthal, way back in the day. Let's see. I don't want to seem like I just want attention. Feel upset. Tried making it obvious. Pilgrim, it's because they're made by the same company. They're both made by CyberConnect 2. And both published by Namco. The original Kirito? I guess. Kirito was never really angry. If anything, he was kind of... Kirito was more of a Kakashi type of character. Where he's just kind of like floating about, whatever. Not really concerned with much. A little too cool. Very aloof. He's like, yeah, no, I'm just this dude who's just really good at this sword game. Whatever. Oh, did you need help? I rescued you, by the way. Oh, wow, all these girls are into me, but whatever. He is a beater. SAO. Oh, man. Dude. That franchise got a little too gross for me at the end of the day. I liked its concept. I like how it started. The scenarios just kept getting really gross, and I can't really keep watching. Japan's a little too comfortable with their rape culture these days. That's all I gotta say. I don't really have anything for this person. I'm sorry to back out on this one, but... Now this one's interesting, right? Just say something. Sometimes people really don't notice what you're trying to do, and it's just in your head. Yeah, that's true. It does remind me of the silent treatment. This is my analogy that I always say, is that it's like when you play the silent treatment on someone, but nobody ever notices when you're giving them the silent treatment. It's the saddest irony of the silent treatment. No one notices. And so you're just being an idiot by yourself. I don't know. If that request comes back again, I'll bring that up. Yeah. Relationship problems, once again. Let's see. My best friend. I really like her. She says things and does things that make me feel like she likes me. And she does things and says things that make me feel like she doesn't like me. We are really good friends and I want to date her. I'm just confused on the messages. Oh, Jay. How young and naive you are. I'm afraid that's kind of the nature of being friends with a girl you like. Don't need no silent treatment to make it worse. But it's kind of a universal truth, right? Like, I think anyone in their life can recall when they tried to give someone a silent treatment, only to find out that no one noticed. Let's see. I'm afraid that's kind of the nature of being friends with the girl you like. It's very easy to just interpret them being good friends as being something more. As a girl, I'm sure she's cognizant enough. Did I spell cognizant right? I hope so. I'm sure she's cognizant enough to put some distance once in a while. So she's cognizant. Have I been spelling it wrong this whole time? Gosh, well, you're quiet today. Yeah. See, Jonathan, no one's ever said that in the history of anyone giving someone the silent treatment. And the worst part is, if they say that to you, You just resume being silent. It does nothing. It does nothing for anybody. It's enough to put some distance once in a while so she doesn't feel like she's leading you on. Girls have to do that a lot, unfortunately. And it's true. Girls actually have to be like, whoa dude, slow your roll. Because if they don't, every fucking dude, every adolescent male falls in love with them. And that's a sad truth of biology. Let's see. If you want to date her, though, I'd hate to say it, but if you want to date her, the best way is to be direct. There's going to be risk, but if you can confirm was adolescent male, right? That's like another universal law, unfortunately, which sucks because, you know, as adults, we look back at that today and it's cringe as hell, right? Like, I think we all wish we weren't like that at some point in our lives, and somehow we all ended up being like that. Which makes you wonder if girls have the same kind of regrets, right? Or some sort of equivalent. There's going to be risk, but if you can display, you can show, you can still, if you can present yourself in a way that proves you can still be friends despite rejection, if this stream has taught me anything, having opted out of all of this sounds pretty alright. I mean, there's validity to that, right, Tarragon? Like, I see even some of the adult relationships out there. You kind of look at that and you're just like, man, maybe I should just be a monk, you know? Maybe being a monk wouldn't be so bad. Be a voluntary celibate, a volcel, if you will. And still be friends. That'd be the optimal outcome. Alright. What do we give this person who pines for his best friend? A girl doll? Or it'd be nice if we had like flowers or something. We'll give him a girl doll. Yeah, I mean hormones do crazy things, and it's crazy how crazy they make us sometimes. What are some things you like to do with friends? I've been meaning to do something with some of mine, but I'm not sure of anything fun to plan. Frog? I don't know. He doesn't seem lonely, so I don't want to give him the self-hugging frog. Things to do with friends, right? Let's see. Things you like to do with friends. I've been meaning to do something with some of mine. So how to kill the boredom, basically. I think we can assume that since he's playing a game on Steam, or they are playing a game on Steam, that they know about video games already, and we don't need to recommend that. Things you like to do with friends. I'm not sure of anything fun to plan. Board games are a pretty good option, mostly because they result in the group making fun narratives about what's actually happening in game. Try something like betrayal on the house on Haunted Hill, or if you got the money, maybe even Gloomhaven. How to kill boredom. Have you heard of this cool thing called, hey, have you heard of fighting games? Right? For more normie options, try going on hikes. But exploratory hikes. Adventures are always interesting to have. Especially the ones that come with stories. I mean, pretty easy, pretty simple one, right? It's not too complex an issue. I think they're just bored. Let's give them a balloon. I think that's appropriate. A breather, yeah. a nice break. We're gonna get some real relationship drama, or an IT. Oh, multi-person one, multi one again. We don't do that. I need someone to rely to. I don't feel strong alone. I need someone to know. I need to know he is there for me. Not the craziest one, but still. Let's see. I don't think it's healthy to the power of bonds, right? I need a level 10 social link to merge a more powerful persona. This person just needs to become a streamer. Replace friends with streamer forehead. No, let's see. I don't think it's healthy to pursue. I don't think it's healthy to pursue a relationship as a means of alleviating your own problems. The reliance on others. Mostly because of the mindset it reinforces, but also because it's unfair to the potential partner to have to shoulder the baggage. Baggage, not bags, baggage. Let's see. Unfair to the potential partner to have to shoulder the baggage. Relationships are strongest when both people can function individually. That said, bag it. doesn't necessarily mean you need to be alone. That said, this doesn't necessarily mean you need to be alone. Let's see. Doesn't mean you need to be alone. Just shouldn't hope for someone solely dedicated. You shouldn't expect. There we go. That's more appropriate. What do we send this person? Frog that's hugging itself. Alright. How long we got? 3 hours and a half. I'm thinking this weekend I'm gonna work on the stream interface a bit. Maybe get stream alerts going again. And then we'll change a pace, right? We've helped quite a bit of people this week. I'd like to do that more next week, but since it's the weekend, I think we can afford to change things up a bit. I'm just trying to think of what game would be appropriate. Although that Azure Striker game did come out this week, so it would be fun to do a retrospective. When's the VTuber model? You know, Jonathan, ever since I saw people using VTubers, I've had the brainstorm in my head. I know exactly what type of VTuber I would want to have done. But, you know, that shit ain't cheap. It's time to donate 50 cents again. No, I'm not gonna take donations anymore. Like, I make money, you know, compared to back then, I actually do make money now, so I don't feel like it's ethical for me to put a donation box out there. Apparently when you hit affiliate, you could send bits, and I don't know how I feel about that, but I do want the features, the community features aside. So I don't know. I'll think about that when the time comes. But that 50-cent donation, man. I heard the other services, they put a minimum cap. Like, you have to pay at least $5, I think. I liked my 50-cent donations. But maybe we could just do it through bits. And then I'll just do it with like 5 bits or something. Rolling in quarters, right? It is funny. But yeah, if I were to do a VTuber model, and that's a big if, like, I'd actually, the senpais, dude, I lost all the original assets for the old stream, so I can't use that stuff anymore. I don't think it's right to really brand my my channel off of Persona like I used to anyways. It's a little irrelevant. So I'll have to think of some new theme. For now, I like my little spectrometer here to kind of display enthusiasm, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, I was thinking, it was just a circle, and it was driving me nuts because, like, it's just wasted space. Who would ever brand themselves on some other property, right? Yeah, I don't know, Oh, you're gonna stream and do the recording. Alright, well, yeah, tweet it out. Dude, I'll retweet that shit. No. If I ever did the VTuber, it would be a fucking robot. Cause who needs anime girls? And who needs dinosaurs? You have to go for the inhuman characters to really have fun. And I'd be a goddamn robot. But not like a Gundam, but like one of those classic Sunrise mecha robots. All we need is Autobots. Well, not a Transformer. I've got like really clear concepts in mind. It's just I don't really foresee that being a thing that will happen anytime soon. It is fun to think about though. Robot dinosaur, that wouldn't be bad either. A robot dragon. Lots of possibilities. I'm just surprised VTubers just stick to anime humans. Like, that's so boring to me. I don't know, maybe sometimes you want to be a big titty anime girl, and that's fine too. Let's see. Let's do one more and close it out for the night. And then we'll play a mystery game over the weekend. So stay tuned to the channel alerts. Play fighty relate. God, another one? How many freaking bleeding hearts are there today? This is insane. Actually, you know what? Let's back it out. Let's take a look at the responses to what I sent out earlier. Who doesn't need a waifu in their life? No, I mean, it's true. I'm gonna start naming this whole stream a series, man. Sadly, I don't have a video editor anymore, so I can't make proper YouTube videos like I used to. At least not until I get another video editor. So at the start of the stream, I sent out a request because I had a conversation earlier with a friend regarding being raised Asian and getting hit. And it's a funny circumstance because whenever I explain it to my white friends, they stare at me like, oh my god. Like you grew up in an unfortunate circumstance. Because I guess it's very rare. I get the feeling that most ethnic minorities, at least second generation ethnic minorities, deal with getting hit because of your grades. So it's not that uncommon, but, you know, we are ethnic minorities still. Let's take a look. Hi Jay, not an American, but I am Canadian, so it is very similar. Most know... Aren't they really polite in Canada? Most people I know did not get hit by their parents as punishment or any type of reinforcement. Personally don't believe in using physical harm and fear to raise a child, as it only conditions them into fear. Oh boy, I'm not trying to farm. I'm not trying to farm sympathy. But here we go. Hey, wait, why are they all Canadians? Hey, Canadian here. When I was growing up, my parents would hit me as well if I did something they didn't like, so it's not nearly as uncommon as you'd think. I think it's also probably a generational thing, as I grew up in the late 80s, early 90s. So similar to my age. Where's cameraman? Oh, Jonathan, a lot happened in the last 7 years. I'm not really talking to cameraman anymore. He kind of turned out to be a bit of a dick. No, I'm not Canadian. I'm American. You see, and this kind of goes part and parcel with, like, you know, me kind of taking a break from streaming. I don't mind talking about it because he's probably not paying attention, but I got really into Overwatch, right? And he was already kind of an FPS guy. Thing was, that he turns into the biggest salty bitch when he's losing. And so he basically took it out on me when we had a bad round of matches and then ditched me in game. Thing was, that alone, you know, pretty big asshole, whatever. I'd get over that. Later, I find out he's spreading the narrative that I'm the one who got upset for losing in Overwatch. And that we're not friends because I'm the one who got mad. Now here's the kicker here. I play everything on a gamepad. Okay? Like here's the thing. I play fighting games on a gamepad, but what people don't realize is I also play shooters on a gamepad. So imagine me playing an FPS with an Xbox controller on a PC. Why the fuck would I get that mad? Why the fuck would I get mad about losing? So, you know, it's that sort of thing. That's when we take him behind Arby's. Well, he left the country as well, so I'm afraid there aren't any Arby's where he lives right now. Pilgrim, I don't play Hearthstone on a gamepad, but I do play it on a ball mouse, which I think is a pretty close comparison. No, but that's kind of the kicker, right? Like, I never learned how to play keyboard and mouse properly, so I just play shooters on a gamepad. And you can get by pretty well if you play the right roles. If you're a tank or a healer, you could do pretty well on gamepad. Group shits and laughs and gives you shit. Yeah, I mean, that's normal. That's what happens. And that's what you accept when you choose to play FPSs with your friend that plays on a gamepad. You don't fucking get mad and shit on them and then spread a false narrative about them. You know? But yeah, that's what happened, unfortunately. So cameraman and I aren't on speaking terms anymore. But you know, sometimes you just gotta cut out the toxic people out of your life. I mean, it wasn't the only thing, and like it was just the thing that made me realize. It's one of those things that make you realize that there were bigger systemic issues going on too. Like he also had a bad attitude when it came to fighting games, and he was just the sort of person who took out, you know, frustrations on other people. But he was very choosy about it as well, and I just happened to fall into the category of people he could be assholes to and not feel guilty about, so it's whatever. Scott Pilgrim, ball mice are the tools you use to play Centipede in the arcades. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, and, you know, part of growing older is like identifying that shit. I mean, it's whatever. It's better that it happened at the end of the day. Like, I'm not fucking losing sleep. Last time I remembered he was getting married. Yeah, no, the dude's married. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, people can be assholes to other people, but as long as they're nice to the right people, it doesn't matter. No, I have a ball mouse. I have multiple ball mice, in fact. I use a wireless ball mouse on PC. If I ever have to play a RTS game, you will immediately notice that I'm playing on a ball mouse. Relic of the Times, I know. You can only buy... If you search on Amazon, you can't even find that many options. Yeah, Pilgrim, you have to... All you can play with that is X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. Or maybe Flight Simulator. But yeah, I mean, Cameraman got married. His wife is way more than he's worth, but, you know, he doesn't treat her like a piece of shit, so that's fine. I have friends who are still friends with him, and I don't hold that against them because at the end of the day, like, it's not a problem for them if he doesn't treat them like garbage. So, you know, it's that sort of thing. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta, you know, recognize when you have toxic friends and then just kind of let it go. Who are we to each other? Cameraman was a guy I knew ever since high school. So that's kind of telling in its own way too, right? Because sometimes if you've had someone in your life for that long, you don't really question a lot of the kind of problematic aspects of their nature, because it's always kind of been like that. And so I think a big part of it too is like, as an adult, I made friends who saw this behavior and were like, hey, he kind of treats you like shit. And I'm like, oh, yeah, he does. So little life lessons here and there. It's unfortunate, but I mean, it's the way it is. But yeah, let's see what this Canadian who got hit as a child has to say. When I was growing up, my parents would hit me as well if I did something they didn't like, so it's not nearly as uncommon as you think. I think it's also probably a generational thing, as I grew up in the late 80s and early 90s. 10 out of 10 transition. I mean, we've got this perfectly good letter about childhood abuse to read. We've got to get to it at some point. But I mean, anyways, that's sort of the story regardless. There isn't much more to say on the matter, and I mean, Cameraman's not really active in the space anyways, so it is what it is. If you're younger than that, a lot of parents have grown out of that kind of discipline or are becoming more compassionate overall. I'm sorry either way that you had to deal with that, as I know how it feels. Child abuse survivors, man. What do I give them? Give them a turtle. Is it really that uncommon? Not really. Maybe your friends are more privileged than you imagined. Wow, damn. This guy's like, yo, fuck your friends. They don't know shit. There's something kind of... like, on paper, it's a really negative response, but I kind of respect it. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck your friends. Shit. Oh, that's good. What do I send him? I need to send him something appropriate, too. Yeah. I think that's it. Oh, here's my embarrassing letter about restarting this YouTube channel, or restarting this Twitch channel. Have you considered your friends are whack as hell? Oh, God. Too funny. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it. It's been about 3 hours and 40. I do want to wake up and work on the stream interface a bit more, just to get things a little more showy, but I've got to discover how Stream Elements works now, which is like, holy crap, man. Just having to relearn all of this technology again is nuts. But thank you guys for coming again. I appreciate it. It was really good catching up with all of you guys. And I'm glad you're all like, we're all kind of in a similar point in life now, which is kind of nice, right? 7 years passed, I grew up, but you guys grew up too. Tarragon, Known, Jonathan, Sad, Happy, Mad, Pilgrim, Chaco. I appreciate you guys coming by. Haven't perished in the time skip. Yeah. No, we all survived COVID, which is also a super bonus there too. OBS is the weirdest thing I've dealt with. No, dude, OBS is weird as hell. It was so crazy just downloading this program again. They're just like making scenes, setting this stuff up all over again. I don't even have an outro video to play anymore. So I still got a lot of rebuilding to do, but I'm glad you guys showed up all the same. When I stream, maybe tomorrow or Sunday, it'll probably be in the later evening. Like I said, I'm gonna have to try to figure out stream elements or something, and then we'll go from there. Mystery game, something a little more different than this, but I would like to make Kind Words kind of a regular staple on the channel, because I think there is some value to kind of answering these requests, but also sort of spreading the message, right? Spreading the message that we're going through, talking over these circumstances, and, you know, testing our maturity as adults. So, thank you guys for coming again. Yeah, no, keep an eye on the alerts. You'll know when I come up. And Sad, tweet me your video. I want to see. But yeah, have a good night, folks. Enjoy what's left of your Friday evening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Yeah, remember your password, dude. Bye.